Hello and welcome to the Get Creative podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Liane-Rose Bunce. She's an actress and voice artist based in London, England. You ready? Okay, let's go. All right, so Liane, what's something that you've learned?
Wow. So I've been thinking about this a lot, today. And I think the thing that I wish I'd known many years ago was just how important it is to relax in life in general, and especially with creative stuff. I think if you don't relax, it just affects your inspiration, I think, and the choices that you make as an actor. But when you are relaxed and you're in that state of flow, you can get to the point where you surprise yourself and surprise an audience. And I think that's where acting magic happens. So I think relax. And also, the thing that I have known for a while, but I've only just begun to appreciate, is it's a marathon, not a sprint. Have you heard of that before?
I
Have you come
have.
across that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And it doesn't just apply to acting or voice work, it applies to all art forms, I think. It's if you think to yourself, oh, damn, if I'm not here by this time, it's never ever going to work out like that. A career it kind of goes like a spiral, I think. So it can go up, it can go down. But in terms of getting somewhere, if you think long term, I think that will help you, because there is not much to be gained by saying, if I'm not, doing voiceovers in next year, then I've failed. And that doesn't inspire you to be more creative. It doesn't give you more confidence to book more jobs. So yeah, play the long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint, I think.
That's very true. I can speak for the flow part because you notice it on the good days where you're really in the rhythm and it just comes so easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
yeah.
noticeable. So cool. What's your pitch? What are you working on, or what are you excited about right now? And where can people find you?
Well, so you can find me at lianerosebunce.com, which is lianerosebunce.com. And recently I did 4 audiobooks. Back in August they were recorded. They were so special, these books. They were by an author called Helen Forrester. And basically they're about this, quite middle class, well off, well, upper class really, young lady. I say young lady, girl actually, she was 11. And during the Great Depression, her father lost everything. And true story, by the way, it's a pen name, but it's a true story. And her father took her and the whole family to his hometown of Liverpool to live in the slums. And she grew up in the slums of Liverpool during the Great Depression. And so the books are about her life. And it's 4 books. So I got to narrate her whole story from about 11 years of age all the way up to her mid-20s. So that was a pretty special project for me. And they're also set in Liverpool, which has a very special place in my heart, Liverpool, I think, as a city. So yeah, that's what I've been working on at the moment. You can check those out on Audible. But right now, actually, Evan, I didn't tell you this. I've had braces on all year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So basically, right at the beginning of the year, my mum was calling me Nanny McPhee, and it was, I thought I need to do something about this. So I had braces put on April earlier this year. So it was only really one tooth that was a little bit wonky. And my braces came off last Saturday. Now, as you can imagine, as far as voice work's concerned, I've been very lucky. And in fact, the braces have improved my speech. Like, I've noticed with my S is a lot clearer now because my front two teeth aren't wonky anymore.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I know. How have I gotten away with it, right? I've no idea. But I seem to have. And so in terms of visual acting work, there's not really a lot that's been going on because obviously I've had the whole train track thing, not a good look. So I am absolutely itching to do some film work. That is like my thing. So last September, I was so lucky to work with a director called David Penn. And he works quite a lot in Europe and a bit in New York, actually. And he runs a workshop called The Close-Up. And the reason why his workshop is so special, I think, is because he will teach you how cameras work and how to act to camera, which sounds really simple on the face of it. But until you kind of understand that the lens has a kind of psychic power, I think Martin Scorsese said that, the psychic power of the lens. Until you kind of understand how lenses work, you might be barking up the wrong tree a bit in terms of acting. And I think I have been to a certain extent. So I just want to, now I've done this amazing workshop, and my braces are off, as you can imagine, I am itching to do as much film work as possible, really, and explore that. So, yeah, if anyone wants to collaborate with me, let me know.
Absolutely. Well, Liane-Rose Bunce, thank you for your time today.
Oh, Evan, it's been lovely speaking with you, and what a great podcast.
And that's it for another episode of the Get Creative podcast. You can find more information about this podcast at evanschmidt.com. I'm also on Twitter and LinkedIn. Feel free to connect. For more information about this episode's guest, just check out their links in the show notes. If you want to be a guest on a future show, send me an email. I'd be glad to have you. I'm Evan Schmidt. Thanks for listening. Now go get creative.